Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I wanted to let you know not only do I create content in my YouTube channel here, Class in a Glass, but I'm also on Twitch where I play single-player games, multiplayer games, I do movie reviews, cartoon reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, it would be a big help if you can check out my Patreon, where you can gain access to audio commentaries, reactions, and the ability to submit questions for my podcasts and videocasts. And all that content can be found in the links below. In the meantime, enjoy the video.
Scooby, Scooby, Doo, here are you. You're ready and you're willing. We can count on you, Scooby Doo. I know you'll catch that feeling.
We must now move on to Scooby-Doo, do a scene by scene breakdown of the night. What a night to be a knight. Where the fuck it is, doesn't matter, chat. But chat, we are opening up, and we are going down this dusty old road, and we have a British man from jolly old England. He's driving this car, chat. And he's driving to a museum, and he's got a big old package in back. What could this be, chat? We find out immediately, chat, because it fucking opens up, and it's a knight! It's a knight in shining armor, and he's looking at this British man's like, I'm gonna kill you, motherfucker. And it's like, what the hell happened, chat? We don't know! And we cut. When we come after that very spooky scene, and we are now following classic characters, chat, the dynamic duo themselves, Shaggy and Scooby-Dooby-Doo. They're on their way home from the movie, chat. The Mystery Machine, I guess, is owned by Fred, and so they couldn't get a lift. And Shaggy's complaining to Scooby. It's like, you just had to see the movie twice, and now we gotta walk down this creepy road, and Scooby is like, listen, man, I'm sorry. I like the movie films. It's 1969. I don't have a lot to do out here in this town. There's nothing to do. And Shaggy's like, all right, I get you. And so they're walking down the road, chat, and they see this abandoned vehicle. They see the truck we saw earlier, chat, with the British man and the knight that came alive. And they're like, whoa. And Shaggy, he goes over to this, and he sees the knight is in the front of the car. He goes, what the fuck? And he's looking at this thing. He's like, Scoob, check this out. And Scoob's like, whoa, that is weird. And then Scoob hears something. He's like, what is that noise? And they go check out a bush, chat. Shaggy's like, zoink, Scoob, you better check that fucking bush. Use your dog instincts, man. And he goes in there, chat, and he goes, oh, it's a frog. And the frog's on Scooby's face, and the frog ribbits at him, and Scoob's like, the fuck you say to me? And he chases after this goddamn frog. He chases after him, and Shaggy's like, it's just a frog, Scoob. Let him be. And Scoob's like, I don't care. I'm going to rip him apart. His dog instincts took over, and the frog thankfully does escape. And Scoob, he runs back. He thinks where the frog might have went back to the car, but it didn't. And Shaggy's like, where you going, man? He trips over Scoob, and he fucking hits his head on the rock, chat, just bleeding profusely at this point. And Shaggy's like, you gotta call fucking Fred and Velma. And Scoob's like, oh, shit. And eventually, chat, they do call Fred, Velma, and Daphne. They show up with the Mystery Machine. They load Shaggy in the back, chat. They get a tourniquet around his head so it doesn't bleed out. And they're like, oh shit, you guys are right. There is there is a knight literally sitting here in this car. And they see the address. Please take to the county museum to Dr. Hammondon, or whatever his name is, British guy, Dr. British guy. And they're like, fuck, let's do it. Let's call the museum. And then, chat, we cut to the next morning, and we're introduced to Dr. Winkle, and he's the curator of the county museum, and he's thanking the mystery crew. It's like, oh, thanks to you kids, we're so happy to have this set of knight's armor, the Black Knight. Fucking Martin Lawrence, chat. It's Martin Lawrence. And we got Martin Lawrence in the museum now, and we're very happy for that, but we're still looking for Dr. Hammondon. And they're like, what happened to him? We're like, we don't know. Yeah, apparently he's supposed to be working here, but he hasn't shown up for work for a few days. But pay no mind, kids. We're going to go ahead and put Martin Lawrence where he belongs. So they go ahead, they put him there, chat. And he's like, oh, by the way, never come to the museum during the full moon, because legend tells that Martin Lawrence comes alive and haunts the museum, and he stalks his prey. And the kids go, that's fucking dumb. Who wants to get an egg cream? Let's all get egg creams. And Scooby, they're all about to leave, chat. And Scooby-Doo, he doesn't give a shit. He's like, I'm a dog. I have no morals. I'm just going to pickpocket shiny things I see in the museum. And he sees these pair of glasses, chat, these very specific types of glasses on a jade lion. And Scoob goes, I'm going to take that. And he takes it, chat. And they're all in the car going to go get some good old egg creams. And fucking Velma and Fred, they're like, what's on your face, Scooby? He's like, well, I don't know. And he stole these glasses. And they're like, those are interesting. Let's go to the public library so we may ascertain what kind of glasses these are. Because they didn't have the internet back then, chat. They didn't have computers. They weren't used by the public. They had to go to the library to figure out what these things were. They go to the library, get the help of the librarians, and they learn that these are actually jeweler's glasses, Chet, or they're used by archaeologists. And they are, in fact, the property of the British man who's missing. And like, this is very strange. Like, all of his stuff is at the museum, but no one knows where he is anymore. It's like, guys, I think we have a mystery. That's what Fred's saying. We got a mystery. And so Fred just says, let's do some illegal shit. I'm like, you guys are gonna get in trouble. Let's go back to the museum. Let's enter the locked museum and look for clues. It's like, wow, you could all get arrested and be sent to juvie or serve time depending on their age. And they're saying, but zoinks, it's a school night. It's like, don't worry about it, Shaggy. Shaggy's like saying, we have to go to school. I want a good education to get into college, okay? I'm not gonna be a fucking dropout solving mystery of you schmucks. He's like, Shaggy, you. And so next night, they go there that night, Chet. And Fred, he pulls out a big old ladder from the mystery machine. And they're like, well, Shaggy, you are the most athletic out of everyone. That's the first, I'm like, whoa, this is interesting. Apparently, Chat, we learned that Shaggy is the most athletic out of all the other mystery crew. More than Fred. You think, oh, Fred, he's the jock or whatever the group, he's the leader. No, apparently Shaggy. And apparently Shaggy is on the gymnastics team too, dropped by Daphne. And Shaggy goes, well, I am in the gymnastics team. I guess I would be the one to climb the ladder. And Shaggy's like, all right, I'll climb the ladder. Fuck it. Because they got to get up in the window. They get up in the roof. But he's like, the ladder's not tall enough, so I'll get the fucking wheel jack and do this again. But he's still not tall enough. Just like, Shaggy, just use your expert gymnastics skills to get in there, get to the window. And he's like, right on, guys. And he does it. I was literally shot. Ultra Instinct Shaggy. It was from the very beginning, chat. From the original episode, Shaggy always had that power, man. He always had that power. And so he jumps, he pulls a really good move. He fucking does it, and he lifts his entire body and just inserts himself through the window, chat. Very expertly, I might say. But then he fucking is a doofus, and he crashes and everything. He falls down all these flights of stairs, chat. And he's like, oh, God, I'm in so much. He gets up, he's fine. And so eventually, he's walking to the door. But then, chat, we see this figure, this statue. And it's looking, it's just staring, but then its eyes move. It's like, whoa, what's that? Is that like the big mystery? Who's ever underneath this weird tiki costume? We don't know yet, chat. But those eyes are moving back and forth. What's going on? We don't know. But Shaggy eventually goes to the door, opens it up for everybody. They'll come inside, and Fred has the great idea. Okay, gang, let's split up and look for clues. Daphne and I, of course Daphne and you will go. It was the star of the chat. Daphne and I will go this way. Shaggy and Velma, you'll go that way. Scoob, you guard the door. And Scoob's like, the fuck I will. I ain't guard nothing. Ooh. How appropriate. How appropriate, chat. My big Lebowski alert. Always see that like every once in a while. Always good to see it. Mr. Lowry, thank you for the 120 biddies. I just gotta say, Chris, I love how you always point out the logistics of this shit. It cracks me the fuck up. Thank you, man. I was like, this is odd. Hey, man, thank you for the 420 biddies, which only activates. You only get the big Lebowski chat at 420. You get it? It's a drug thing. Yeah. Like the fact that they all just broke the law repeatedly. Yeah, repeatedly. Mm-hmm. So Scoob's like, I ain't guarding shit, and fucking Fred's like, listen, will you do over a Scooby snack? And Scooby's like, you mother. I'll do it for 2. And Fred's like, all right, here's 2 Scooby snacks. And he's like, you know my addiction. You know how to use me. And he eats some chase, and he guards the goddamn door. And he's guarding it real well. But then he gets spooked. He gets spooked by something, he runs away, and he ends up again with fucking Shaggy and Velma, as he always does. So completely ignoring his previous duty shit. He does it for maybe 5 minutes, goes, fuck, I got what I want. I don't give a shit. I'm a dog. I have no morality. And so he's hanging out with Shaggy and Velma, and they're going their way. And we don't cut back to Daphne and Fred until much later on, Chad, because all the shenanigans always happen with Shaggy, Velma, and Scooby. That's kind of the trio that we always see. And they repeat the same shit all the time, but that's the one we always want to focus on, Chad. And Velma's hot as hell. Hot as hell, as we all know. And so they're walking around, and chat, again, this is a Hanna-Barbera cartoon, so you see the same not only do you see the same background, but the Black Knight apparently is always in a new section of the museum. So this thing is clearly fucking moving around. And Shaggy, he sees an open window, he's like, I'm gonna close the window and the curtain here, because the full moon out tonight. And Velma's like, what are you doing, Shaggy? He's like, I'm covering my bases, okay? Alright? You know I'm scared of shit. You know I have issues, okay? You put me on these goddamn adventures every other weekend, and I have panic attacks, okay? Just placate me, Velma. All right, placate. I know you're smart. I know you're smarter than me, but I'm doing this for me, okay? You want me to freak out, man? You want me to freak out? Velma's like, okay, Jesus, okay, Shaggy. And so he does that, and eventually, chap, fucking Black Knight comes alive, and he's coming after them. He wants Shaggy, he wants Scooby-Doo, and they're fucking, if Shaggy does not give a shit, he's like, get out of my way, Velma! He pushes Velma out of the way. He starts running. Scooby, he goes into a flower pot, he's hiding shit, he's shaking, and then when she falls down, it's like, my glasses, where are my glasses? Just to know where glasses are, Shaggy takes off. And eventually, Velma, she runs into the Black Knight and she goes, Shaggy, is that you? Oh, Shaggy, you sound horrible. What's wrong? He's like, don't worry, I have your medicine on me. It's like, what kind of medicine does she have? And that's it's kind of sweet that she's carrying. It's like, are Shaggy and Velma in a relationship? Because why would she be carrying around his medicine for him? You know what I'm saying? It's weird. It's weird. But she's carrying around his medicine, and apparently the Black Knight's just like, because I think what happens is, like, Shaggy, like, fucking, like, uppercuts the Black Knight, he falls over, and he's like, fuck, that hurt. And he's kind of stuck. He's stuck in, like, what's that, like, medieval-looking wood thing where it comes down your head and arms you like this? I don't know what it's called, but it's like this. He's in that. And Velma's like, oh, here comes the plane. And she's feeding him, like, tons of NyQuil. Like, tons of NyQuil and Robitussin chat. And Shaggy, he walks in. And this is fucked up, too, because Velma knew what she was doing, because we see that, because Hanna-Barbera didn't give a shit, we see that she has her glasses on again, and she's just shoving as much Dimetapp, Robitussin, and NyQuil down his fucking gob as she can, chat. She does not care, and Shaggy's like, Velma, we gotta skedaddle, Scoob, come on, man! And they take off, and the guy's just, like, fucking vomiting Robitussin out, chat. He's gonna die, because he overdosed on that shit, and he's very sleepy. And eventually they meet up with Daphne and Fred, and like they did find a clue, chat. They found what looks like, I'm like, whoa, they found blood. I was like, blood in a Scooby-Doo cartoon. It's like, you guys seeing this shit? There's blood down here. Like, what? And they noticed like specific paintings are missing in the museum too. It's like they're gone right now. That's weird. And they notice all this paint. And it's like, it's not blood, it's actually paint. I'm like, whoa, there's a trail. It leads all the way to this, to the mummy room, to the Egyptian section. They all go down there, chat, and it stops at the sarcophagus. And they're like, oh, that's weird. And Shaggy's like, don't fucking open that. Don't open that. Don't unleash Imhotep on us, Fred. And Fred's like, don't worry, we don't know what that is. And so he opens up, chat. It's a whole nother room, and they go in there, and they see all these paintings, but they also see copies of paintings, too. Someone is basically repainting all these paintings like a copy, and they're like, whoa, this is weird. So apparently the criminal, whoever this is, they're stealing paintings and putting up fakes. Who would do this? And Fred just says, well, I know what's happening here. And Shaggy goes, wait a minute, you do? He's like, yeah, I think I figured it out. He's like, really? Did you? Velma goes, oh yeah, I'm with Fred. I totally figured it out. I was like, no, you didn't. You don't know what the fuck's going on. Before they can get another word in, chat, the Black Knight's back, and he's sleepy, but he's coming for him. And he's trying to grab him, chat. And Shaggy's he's punching at Shaggy, and Shaggy's like, Scoob, save me, man! And Scoob, he decides to become a painter, chat. He's like, because, you know, this is a kid's cartoon, he's got to fuck with him a bit. And so Scooby walks up, he's got a painter smock on, he's trying to, you know, he's painting the Black Knight, and he throws paint in the Black Knight's face. He throws paint in Martin Lawrence's face, and Martin Lawrence goes, ah! And he doesn't like that. And eventually, they're running around, chat. Like, everyone's going different directions, but until the fucking Black Knight trips over himself because he's ingested so much Dimetapp and Robitussin and NyQuil that he just passes right the fuck out. He collapses. Shay's like, I can't do this anymore. And then Shay like, all right, we get the big fucking reveal. And Velma comes over, takes off the helmet, and it's Dr. Winkler, chat. It's the museum curator, Dr. Winkler. And then we cut, chat. It's the morning. And the police are like, well, thank you for catching him for doing, like, you know, he's doing illegal things, but you did break into the museum, so you're under arrest as well for breaking and entering, for you know being in a museum after hours and fucking with property. So you two are under arrest. But he doesn't do that shit. It's like, well, you kids did well, so I'm not going to press charges. But Dr. Winkler is like, why? And then Velma explains, Dr. Winkler, what he was doing is he was stealing paintings and making copies of them and selling them on the fucking black market for a profit. And he goes, I would have gotten away with it too, wasn't it for your fucking meddling kids. And they're like, yeah. But then the cop goes, but whatever happened to the British guy? And they're like, oh yeah, the British guy, what happened to him? Then Scoob goes, he's like chewing on a fucking shoe. It's like, Scoob, where'd you get that shoe? And Scoob goes, I'll show you. And they go to the fucking tiki statue. She had the tiki statue. And there's a bloodied stump that where that man's shoes to be, because Scooby just ripped the fucking thing off. And he didn't. He's fine. And they notice it's a human foot. And they go, whoa! And they take off the tiki costume, chat, and it's the British guy. It's Dr. Hammond or whatever the hell his name is. And they're like, oh my god, it's you! And they take him back, Chad. They put him back in his office. He's like, yeah, I was there to deliver the Black Knight. I was going to deliver it, but fucking Dr. Winkler infiltrated the costume, and he fucking knocked me out, and I've been stuck in this tiki costume for like 24 hours. But you guys saved me. Thank you. You saved the museum. And everyone's like, yay! And they're all happy, and he gives them free passes to the museum, and I imagine a finder's fee of some sort for saving his life, Chad. And you got to get fucking paid if you're fucking solving mysteries. But then, Chad, you got to have a little fucking end note. Got a nice little end note there, chat. And Scooby-Doo, he is now wearing the Martin Lawrence costume, chat. And he's walking around. Everyone goes, oh, it's you, Scooby. And Scooby takes off the Martin Lawrence suit and he goes, Scooby-Dooby-Doo. And that, chat, is Scooby-Doo Episode 1. What a night to be a night. Classic episode, chat.